Welcome, here we are on the couch. This is where we come to just chat and get real casual with a number of topics, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about any and everything under the sun. A little later on, we're gonna have the opportunity to speak to a very special guest, one of the island's top photographers, and we're gonna hear more about an event coming up shortly. But before we go there, I just have to, air a few thoughts. That's what I like to do when I'm relaxing on the couch. And feel free to shoot some topics to me that we can, of course, all get involved in. But I have to start off on the topic of just fitness and the fact that recently I did a radio program in which I looked at the Caribbean Games, and in the midst of all the hard bodies running to and fro, there was a commentator who was especially round, a little roly-poly, and it just looked out of place in the midst of, such fitness freaks. And it got me to thinking about all the occupations in which you expect some level of health and wellness, and sometimes that's not the case. So, case in point, nutritionists. Folks, you should never be going to a nutritionist who's looking way unhealthier than you do. I mean, what's the sense of her prescribing fruits and proteins and all these different things, and she's struggling to breathe? That's not good. Don't come with the excuse that you're big boned or that, you have a hormonal imbalance. That's not, the case for everyone, so don't use it for yourself. If you're going to be teaching people about eating healthy, you have to stick to it. That's just reasonable. And then what about doctors? There's something wrong if you're going to a doctor who, when he's taking a break, is also taking a smoke. I mean, can he seriously help you? And if he's looking bigger than you are, that's a problem. Go to someone else. And last but not least, policemen. How are you supposed to maintain law and order if you look like you can't even run from a dog if it were chasing you? I mean, we are expecting you to run over obstacles and jump and chase down, the men that may be criminals who making it hard for us, and you can't even jump over a stick. That's a problem. So that's my 2 cents worth. These are just some concerns that were bothering me this week, and I exhaled and got it out of my system. But folks, now we're gonna come back to something big in a minute, something I'm excited about, and we're gonna look at the Forever I Do promotion that's coming up. We're gonna have a chance to speak to special guests, top photographer, and when we come back, I'll tell you a little bit more about her.
This episode is brought to you by Barbados Events, Design Central Studio, and Barbados Real Estate.
Now we go on to the world of wedding photography, and coming up is the Forever I Do competition, and part of that there's the Forever I Do Expo, in which you get to see everything bridal and surrounding weddings. And the man I'm going to introduce you to right now, well, he's a favorite. I'm a little bit biased towards him. He's my husband. Shh, don't tell anybody. Mr. Andrew Odell, a loving man and top photographer on the island. And let's hear more about the world of wedding photography and the Forever I Do promotion as it's coming up. Hello. Woo. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to this Forever I Do promotion coming up shortly. Mm-hmm. You were involved in it last year, and you're going to be there again this year. The Forever I Do promo, you've had the opportunity to shoot some of the couples. How has it been?
It has been great, shooting the couples, Bruce and Sarah, Kristen and Kyle, Sade and Ryan. It's been a good and fun experience.
Right. Now, your photographs have had the opportunity to be featured on the cover of the Sunday Sun. And how has that experience on the whole been, seeing your work put down there for all of Barbados to see, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, it is
intimidating?
A little intimidating because as a professional, you're looking at your pictures and you're like, oh, maybe I should have done this, or maybe I should have done that.
Right.
But apart from that, people love the images.
Good. Now, one thing I must say, and this is not being biased, but you have a different style from what I remember photography being back in the day.
Yeah.
Photography was, pose here, pose there, and then, you got your pictures, your 4x6s, you put them in your little plastic album covers
Yes.
and shut them back. What is photography like nowadays for you? What is your genre? What is it like?
Well, for me personally, I love wedding photography, but I also love studio portraits.
Okay.
But apart from that, the standard now is no more, it's not that old school 80s feel anymore, whereas we all stand up in a line and we look at the camera like kind of
Right.
like a deer in the headlights and we take a picture. It's none of that now. My
Okay.
style is more casual, more almost voyeur for lack of a better term. So, you know, I just play the background, you know, I just capture images of you and your fiance and you, your bride and groom, you know, and I just take those shots from afar. Sometimes I might come in close,
Right.
sometimes I might just say, well, this turn here, turn there, but very casual, not too much, not too over the top.
Right.
So that's kind of like my style, very casual.
Right now, one of the things, I guess that helps really bring the photography alive, because sometimes as a couple, we remember with our own experience, when we were looking through the photographs, we were like, I don't remember posing
Yes.
for this. And it adds to the experience because you get to see yourself in just a casual light, just being you.
Yes.
Now, in terms of the Forever I Do promo, last time you promoted a lot of your, I think they're called photo books. Tell me
Yes.
about them.
Well, the photo books it isn't really something new.
Okay.
But it's more so, I would say, new to Barbadians of sorts. Because gone are the days, as you said, with those books where you have to peel back the plastic, put in your 4x16 or 5x7s.
Yes.
And then as the children get older, they're taking out the pictures, and you can't find this picture, you can't find that picture.
Right.
So now the standard is a lovely photo book, linen, hardcover, and leather options. You even
Okay.
have the option of wood and metal on your covers.
Really?
Everything is printed directly into the book
Okay.
on the pages, whereas you cannot remove anything at all.
Now, for the klutzes like me and others, can this handle a little bit of wear and tear, a little beating around? You know what?
Yes,
What's
it
the
can.
deal with this paper?
Well, it's actually printed on an archival paper,
Okay.
which means that that will actually last for a maximum of 100 years.
Wow.
After 100 years, I can't vouch for that.
Nice. Now, you have different sizes?
Yes, this is a 6x6. There's also a 12x12, which is a
lovely.
very much larger book, which is kind
Okay.
of the standard for like wedding albums and what's not.
Right.
There's also 10x10s and also 8x8s also.
Okay. Ah! See some people looking familiar. No, very good. Now tell me, Andrew, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where are you going? What's happening in the world of photography? Where do you want to take it?
The world of photography is endless in terms of what you can do and what will be happening very soon. I mean, they're making cameras now, they're making cameras very much smaller.
Right.
You could shoot high resolution images, you could do video, you could do cinema style type stuff. But for me, I've recently dived into the art of cinematography
Okay.
and shooting video and the whole works. So as time goes ahead, you'll be seeing films from Design Central, you'll be seeing ads from Design Central, you'll be seeing full-length movies from Design Central,
Okay.
and wedding videos and what's not.
All right. Now, folks, there you have it. My husband, he looks good, doesn't he? And I'm blushing just a little bit, but I've regained my composure. Woosah. And we continue on. This is On the Couch, where we talk about any and everything. Feel free to send us your topics and we'll make mention of them. You can email them to sharitahoward@hotmail.com. That's spelled CHERITA Howard@hotmail.com, or designcentralstudio@gmail.com. And listen out, just in case you see your topic being discussed here. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. It's been great fun being here on the couch.